It's the cue maker, Lewis Roberts, getting us underway in this one. He's made a ball off his opening break. Lewis will always prefer a sort of a controlled break, if you will. He comes from a snooker background. He's a former snooker pro, and it's not just a good-looking face he's got a good-looking cue action as well. It's a Rolls Royce of a cue action, so smooth, so pristine, and he uses that to good advantage on the break. Just a good solid strike, but his aim always is to control the cue ball and just sort of let the rest of the ball sort of take care of themselves.
Yeah, good technique there. You can see he really drives through. He keeps himself very much in the normal technique, but then allows that cue arm to really go through and extend. You say he's obviously former snooker pro. We've got two guys from the snooker world, Declan as well, have a big snooker background. Before coming across the pool, a tricky opening shot that he's tried to play there. That's hard to land on the next ball. He can't have been playing for this yellow into right centre. There's just no room for it. So maybe if he was, he's done very well, but it's slightly off angle.
I think he must have been, but it's such a. I agree with what you say. I think it's such a difficult shot to play.
Hasn't tried to do too much because he had options. If he could see up the table, then he was going to be on the next ball and then could work his way down. And the one he's just played in the middle could have ended up being a last ball to bottom left. But one more good controlled shot here on and off the top cushion. It'd be lovely if the natural's tracking towards the red. That would be ideal. Just slid by it, but that's okay.
Yeah, he's in good position here.
If the yellows pass each other to top right, he could go right centre here and then go right, top right, top right. That's how he sees it.
Yeah, that'll be the plan.
Yeah, just got to be careful. If he's dead straight here, stop it dead, and then he's going to be tracking down the table. Fairly narrow line towards the 8 ball. Oh, he's overdone this. He's overdone this quite significantly. I don't know if he was playing a cannon, the way he played that. I don't know if he was trying to get the red or he's just overhit it. It's just a rush of blood. I wasn't expecting him to try and get anywhere near the middle of the table, to be honest with you. You know, level with the red above the middle pockets would have been perfect. I'm really surprised by that shot.
Can he recover it? This angle will tell you. Well, he doesn't foul, which is a bonus for him, but he was looking to try and make that into the middle pocket. Just runs aground in the first frame, which will be such a sickener for him because he sits off and he's done all the hard work there. And I think you're right, he's guilty maybe just trying to be a little bit too cute on that final shot. Didn't need to get close to the 8 ball. Lewis is such a fabulous potter. He can rely on leaving a bit of distance.
He had margin of error, you know, obviously the closer you get to perfect the better, but you know, he had margin of error both sides of it as well, which makes it even more surprising. I think he looked confused as he went back to his chair. I think I am as well. I think he was just almost in rhythm and maybe not overthinking things, and yeah, just a strange one.
Declan will mop these up all night long.
Huge fan of Declan. I know he's had a kind of barren spell with Ultimate Ball. Obviously he won the WPF World Masters last year, but won the very first Pro Series event. And for a player at his level and what he believes and where people believe he is in the game, to have only had one Pro Series title in 3 years, he'll be disappointed. But I think the best days are well ahead of Declan. He's going to be around for a while, and I'm a huge fan of the way he goes about it. Really love his patterns. He's got great cue ball control.
Yeah, fabulous player. And there's so many chapters to that particular story. Declan was sort of beginning to believe, it's cursed, I'm never going to win again. But actually, how good a sign is it that he doesn't play well in the tournament and he finds a way to win? That's what really good players have to do sometimes.
Yeah, for a while it felt like he just kept running into a performance and he was playing to a level, but then the results started to determine the performances in terms of he got frustrated by the form. But I really believe he's, you saw there the ranking 15. For me, he's a top 8 player.
Oh, it was a tricky leave from that break, and you saw the consternation on Declan's face there. It was a break that deserved a better split, but he didn't really get it, and that was a tricky first shot that's gone wrong for him.
Well, interesting thing for me, that's the first time I've seen him change his break for about a year. He's been going for a very unique kind of from the side, trying to catch the front ball, but with huge power. Completely changes his normally very orthodox cueing technique to allow himself more space to really launch, but he's gone for a front ball, very straight down the middle. First time I've seen him do that for a long, long time.
That's a cute little shot from Lewis, just to open up that red and yellow together. And he's got to play a good shot now, though. That's the only thing. I think he would have loved to have been on one of these reds to the bottom right, but he's not. So he's got to play a good shot now.
Yeah, not being on the one bottom right now makes it just a little fiddly here. And that's a better shot than it looked. The natural was going into the red. Only downside, he's left himself too straight. He can't get on the red below the 8 ball here. So, at best, maybe looking at a plant from distance. I mean, it's going to be a tough shot.
Best he could do.
Yeah, and what makes this even trickier as well is the yellow and the bottom cushion in play here. If he's missing the yellow, then he can just put all the focus on the plant and just play it at a nice medium pace. If he makes the plant, the red should stay somewhere near the pocket. It shouldn't be flying too far away because it's fairly straight.
Is there an argument of playing this with a degree of defence in mind as well, given how bad the yellows are?
I think you've just got to make it. I don't think there's any defence in it. That's brilliant. Excellent shot.
Played it beautifully.
Yeah. Well, he's been here before. Can he get on the 8 ball this time? Yes. No problems. Very good.
Lovely visit this from Lewis. A couple of very nice shots within it.
I'm surprised he has time to put any practice in at all, to be honest with you.
Makes a couple of late runners on the break. And an interesting looking split there. You can see Lewis's face as he came to the table. He's
this
a little nod.
This isn't too bad. The reds all have pockets. Just the one kind of very guarded from the yellows, but he can get to if he can get to it on the first shot as well without doing any damage to the red top right. Little cannon here. Yeah, he'll take that. That's fine. He's got a great chance now. I think he'd like to get to the one on the cushion here. I don't know if he's straight enough just to top through and then be able to play the plant up the cushion. Just as it deals with the one on the cushion in a nice easy way. As long as he shouldn't go too far away from the pocket. Played at a controllable pace, but as you can see from the overhead, he might be a touch off angle. Can he just pick the pocket enough? Or does he find a different way around? Yeah, he's going to play that. I think he'd love to have had an extra 2 rolls on it. He wouldn't have wanted to be straight. He'd love to, it's nice to get the cue ball back to the middle of the table here, but a touch thinner than he wanted.
You're all about pace control this. Doesn't want to pop the red too far away from the pocket. That's lovely. Really well judged.
Yellows are in play though. Yellows are in play with that red when he pots this to the top right. He just caught a little bit too much of the cushion there, so when it hit the red, it's come further away from the pocket. If he floats it in and catches it just a touch fuller, it just sits over the pocket and makes it a touch easier here. That's why he's taking the extra few seconds.
Is there an element of maybe take your medicine and just land on the red that's closest to the other one?
Well, I think I'd play the one further down the table first and then play the one over the pocket. He's played that one rakes of right-hand side.
Oh, that's a good shot.
He could not pick it up with his hand and put it better.
That's a really good shot from Lewis Roberts.
Yeah, the reason I think I'd have gone the other way around is just that the one at the bottom then becomes easier. Even if you get the cannon on the yellow, you've still got the shot. But that was excellent, because there isn't much margin of error playing it that way. If you land a little bit short or a little bit too far, then you've got some real problems connecting up the last couple.
Yeah, lovely visit to the table. Very good standard in this match so far. Lewis Roberts goes 2-1 in front. Game on, less than 7.5 to play.
So Declan with that straight on break again. I thought he was really onto something with his break from wide.
Our pool players are incredibly fickle. By nature, it feels like. That's a pretty good break from Declan Brennan.
He still changes.
He's up on it very quickly, isn't he?
He still changed his technique like he does when he goes for it from the side. It's the same break, but it's straight on rather than coming across the front ball. But it's still the change of technique to allow himself more room to have more power on the break. So it's very different, because obviously they both got very classical cue actions, but Lewis stays very much in his classical cue action for the break, whereas Declan completely changes it. Yellow at the bottom of the table, just slightly awkward to get to and then get back off. Needs a good angle on one of the two yellows in the bottom half to get to it, but there is nice amount of room for it, really. Is he too straight, or does he have the angle?
I think he's got just enough to come across.
You'd sort of want it to be your last ball as well, though, because if you do land that touch straight, you've got the 8 ball in the middle. Oh, there's room. If there's room to get to it from the right-hand side, as he was just pointing his cue, then it makes things a lot easier. Now, if it go, he can get to it from straight. He might be able to go both ways here. He might be able to just pinch the pocket and come one side, or pinch the pocket the other side and top through.
Yeah, to play on it into the bottom left now, he actually looks off straight the wrong way. So it might just be... Oh, he could just slide by the red. He's okay. Into the bottom left it'll go. Doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball. The 8 ball is waiting. Just another very lovely visit to the table by Declan Brennan. Yeah, it's going to be game on into the 15-second shot clock, I can tell you that. 2 each. Oh, he's made a ball. That's the only good news.
Yeah, that was a little tentative. Didn't quite drive through that one as much as he has been.
There'll be a couple of players watching on, I'm sure, who've gone, oh, I've smashed it and not made a thing. How's he made a ball off that? He's only just fulfilled the 3-point rule.
Yeah, he has, actually. Well, that's where the good news ends, because this is a tough chance, although...
I think that's come out beautifully for him, you know.
Yeah, the red at the bottom still goes, and that's why reds were the choice.
The red above the 8 ball, once that red at the bottom left is cleared, will go bottom left now. It goes right centre as well. This is now a really presentable chance, somehow.
Yeah, the 8 ball is guarded. Does the 8 ball go right centre? I don't think so. If it doesn't, I don't think there's enough room for it to go anywhere else but bottom left, which is not easy to get onto it. So it's and also trying to figure this all out at 15 seconds a shot. This is where the challenge and the experience with the shot clock really comes in.
Yeah, Lewis has had some chastening moments, I know, on the match and the shot clock. But it's all experience. It's in the bank. He's better now than he was before.
He's controlled that well. He's on the red to right centre if he wants to, but looks like the red on the right-hand cushion looks like it's becoming his last ball.
Oh, he's short.
No.
Well, that one can't be put down to time pressure. That one is just a little off. pretty good shot. He knows yellows are really tricky. He's not left anything. He's not fouled. I think he's going to be in a world of trouble in a second, though.
Yeah, it's fairly easy safety here for Declan. Just had to make sure he hit a cushion.
Oh, this frame's just taken on a lot of significance, and it could be bad news. Well, again, hasn't fouled, not a terrible leave, but this is just about being patient for Declan. He knows he should get an opportunity at some point.
And clock management as well. You know, don't panic. You know, don't get too flustered with 2:22. Just the right thing. You know, to clear up the yellows and the 8-ball here, he's going to need about 45 seconds to a minute. So he's got 2 or 3 more visits in him if he needs to, on the safety side, before he needs to go. And the huge shot for. That's very nice from Lewis. It's just really important for Lewis just not to foul. Don't give Declan that cue ball in hand, because as soon as he gives cue ball in hand, Declan can open everything up. Make him go and win it, which he's probably going to try and do now. He's a touch short, so unless the yellow goes in the middle, he might play another safety.
You'd probably actually say at this stage, in a weird way, Lewis's best chance to win the frame was for Declan to go and somehow make a mistake.
Oh, there is the mistake.
Which is what's happened.
Yeah.
But how well guarded is that 8-ball? Has Lewis Roberts got a means to land on it? The reds are in the open. The 8-ball doesn't look very nicely sat.
Also with 120, you know, do you use the full lot and maybe try and get out of this with a draw? I think he'd still be giving Declan the chance. Again, don't give him that cue ball in hand. That cue ball in hand just it ends the frame. Oh, that cue ball stays on. It's brilliant.
57 seconds. Cue ball in hand for Declan Brennan off the foul.
Yeah, because he can just unfold these. If he has to work himself into position to do that, you're probably playing cannons, and you know it's not guaranteed. But he just left it in the perfect position. You know, with cue ball in hand, you just tapping him apart. So he just has to mind his work on the clock here and don't allow it to become a problem. But 4 shots in 32 seconds is fine. Oh, it's a slightly loose one. He thought he was topping by. He didn't realise he was getting the cannon on the 8-ball. This could be a bit of hope here for Lewis.
"13 seconds. 10 seconds.
Does it go long?
It does indeed. Declan Brennan with the buzzer beater. Was it in time? Will there be another break? I don't think so. Whoa, Declan Brennan by the hairs on his chinny chin gets the victory over Lewis Roberts. Or does he? Time has been confirmed. We will have another break in the match.
Doesn't golden duck, which just control the cue ball basically. Yeah, no issues.
And there we have it. Declan Brennan off to a winning start. Lewis Roberts will stay out there. Jimmy Croxton awaits as his next opponent. An important win for the Destroyer.